Welcome back, top of the third inning, and Josh Hansel will now toe the slab for the Sun Devils after 2 innings of 1-run ball by Owen Stevenson. That run was unearned, however. 3 hits on the day and 1 strikeout to no base on balls. So short appearance, only 35 pitches from by Owen Stevenson, but an effective one start for him on a midweek.
Credit to Owen Stevenson. Struggled to open up, but he was able to find his way out of jams. Was able to get that pick off, then able to work out of another hit in that second inning. So that's confidence that Sun Devils need from him. When he's able to go 2-3 innings without giving up a run, find his way out of innings with runners on base, that's going to be key, especially if he evolves into a role where he comes out of the bullpen on weekends.
Now it's time for Josh Hansel, like I just mentioned. No record with an earned run average of 4.32 on the season in only 8 1/3 innings of work. 5 runs, 4 of them earned this season. 7 total hits allowed. And he's only made an appearance on 4 separate occasions. Latest being on the 14th of this month against Utah Tech. He's completed his warm-up tosses and is ready to face the 9-hitter and then the top of the GCU lineup this inning. It's the third baseman Elijah Burries, the junior, who comes into this one with an average of .213. Big on the defensive side of things. The bat still struggling to come around this season. Hansel works from the first base side of the rubber. Out of the windup, he fires, and it's a swing and a miss on a changeup. That's how Hansel's night begins, 0-1.
And that's key for Hansel. Where Hansel really succeeds is when he can get ahead in counts. When he can get that first pitch strike to where he can go to his secondary pitches, that's where he will start to flourish and get more confidence.
He comes back with a fastball, and he gets up 0-2 in this at-bat. That one rang in at 92. So Hansel comes back 0-2. And Burries way late. He looks very uncomfortable, might I add. Burries does in this at-bat.
Yeah, and if you're Hansel and if you're Campos there, see how uncomfortable he is in the box while being really late on that pitch, go back to the fastball. Maybe try to elevate it a little bit, try to get that chase.
There's the 0-2 again. Jack swing on a breaking ball, and home plate umpire Jason Starkovich makes the call and says, yep, you went around. That's strike 3 and out number 1 for Josh Hansel tonight.
And that's just not a competitive at-bat from Burries. Looked, like you said, very uncomfortable throughout. He was late on the pitches, and then gets a chase. Chase out a pitch that's low and away from Hansel.
Didn't even really look close, too. Like, never really looked like a strikeout out of the hands of Hansel. His first offering in the same exact pitch. Sees Homer Bush go around on the first pitch of his new at-bat, his second of the day. He singled and scored back in the top of the first. Mind you, that was actually his single on the first pitch of the game. So here's the 0-1. He's officially seen more pitches in this at-bat, and this time it's a fastball that misses anything on the hands, so 1-1.
Good pitch, trying to see if you can get a call and establish that inside half of the plate that really hasn't been established a lot throughout this game.
1-1. Weekly hit chopper directly behind home plate to make it 1-2. Bush scored on that Wilson RBI single. No one on and 1 out here in the third inning. Hansel at the belt. Out of the windup, he deals. Breaking ball, line down the left field line, and for a base hit. Bush with great speed, like I just said, on his horse for second, and he slides in safely with a 1-out double. He got that one right over the leaping Contradas and sent it down into the corner. And once again, Homer Bush in scoring position. Not the sight you want if you're Willie Bloomquist and Sam Peraza.
Yeah, and that's a great piece of hitting. You're seeing Hansel in that at-bat trying to establish that inside half. Bush sees that, shortens his swing, gets barreled a ball down the left field line, kind of like Contradas on his double back in the first inning.
Zach Gregory was a strikeout product back in the first. He's in for the second time in the first pitch as a fastball that misses up and away. 1-0 the count. For Gregory, that was his 18th strikeout of the season, the most of anyone on the starting lineup tonight. The 1-0. Skipped in there, but blocked by Campos. 2-0 now. He's very aggressive, Ryan. Gregory is, and you got to think that makes it very interesting when you have a guy who's that aggressive in the 2-hole.
And that pays dividends. When you have a guy who's going to be aggressive, especially with runners on base, that's going to manufacture a lot of runs.
Takes a 2-0 fastball at the letters and misses, so he's up 3-0 in the count. Hansel looking to fight his way back in. Jacob Wilson, one of the nation's best, on deck. Gives a glance at Bush. Hansel does and comes home. Fastball down Broadway for a strike. That was straight take right there. As aggressive as Gregory has been this season, that was straight take.
Yeah, and you saw that because Hansel kind of wild in this at-bat. So you're going to use that advantage and take a pitch to see where he's trying to attack.
He takes on 3-1, and he is going to have to come back. He started trotting down the first base line, but Jason Starkovich calls it a strike.
Now, if you're up at the plate, choke up on the bat, you're seeing Hansel really attack that inner half. I'm Hansel, go outside. Try to see if you get something on the outside half.
He does, and Gregory fights it off on 3-2. Gregory, the designated hitter tonight, batting from the left side with a runner in scoring position. That's Bush, who just doubled on second base. His team trailing by 2. Hansel sets the 3-2. Misses upstairs with a fastball to make it first and second with only 1 away for GCU for Jacob Wilson.
Sun Devils in a tricky spot here, especially with the man on deck. In York, you would think maybe intentionally walk Wilson, especially after that RBI single he had back in the first. Key, get something on the ground, keep it low in the zone. Hansel so far, he's leaving a lot of pitches up.
Wilson's RBI back in the first was his 30th, which leads the whack. The first pitch is grounded hard to the left side. To his left goes Hill. He goes to second for 1. The turn to first is not in time. Beating it out was Wilson. So a fielder's choice. He's out number 2 come calling for the Sun Devils, but there's now runners on the corners for Zach York.
That's big. Got something low, gets the ground ball. Now 2 down. Runners on the corners. Focus on the hitter here. It's going to be a tough task.
York, who popped out to short to end the first inning. It's an inning which the Lopes thought they had something threatening, but a base running error followed by a quick pop out ended any chance of a threat. First pitch fouled straight back, 0-1.
York, another aggressive hitter. He's going to swing at a lot of pitches. So mix in a lot of different angles. Mix in trying to go outside, inside, low, high. This is a hitter that is going to swing a lot, so you can take advantage of that. Maybe try to get a chase or 2.
Hansel at the belt deals. Fastball high. 1-1 now. 91 on the gun.
Seeing the past few times he's gone to that fastball that's tailed on him high. That led to the walk and now count at 1-1.
Light activity in that Sun Devil bullpen as Hansel comes home. And York fouls off another upstairs fastball, and the count goes to 1-2. Big pitch coming here from Josh Hansel.
Your head 1-2, you have the ability to go and try to get a chase. He's not going at it high. A lot of the fastballs are tailing high. Maybe throw something low, go curveball, maybe in the dirt. You can trust Campos to get the block.
1-2 for Hansel with a tying run on first. He deals. Inside corner and taken for strike 3 called. Hansel at an early breaking point comes through for the Devils. And they strand 2 runners on base in prime position. Through 2.5, it's still 3-1 ASU here on BlazeRadioOnline.com.